I cannot tell you how many times I've heard you all say that I will not buy the iPhone as long as it has a notch. Well, sometimes you gotta be careful what you wish for. Stay tuned to the video. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, captain of Team Apple, baby. Back again for the video. And if you're new here, I hope you better understand and connect with the technology around you. So if that's something that you're interested in, do all the YouTube things. But most importantly, go down there, hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button, because who else is cutting your tech videos like a WWE promo? Nobody like the man about tech. So I have to dedicate an entire video to talk about this iPhone 14 and how it's about to absolutely destroy the notch. So as I said in my introduction, I've heard a lot of chatter about how none of y'all will buy the next iPhone if it has a notch. Well, according to every noted Apple analyst leaker out there, Apple is planning to destroy the notch with the new iPhone 14 coming later this year. So, how did we get to Notchville? So, back in 2017, Apple unveiled the iPhone 10, which was the first iPhone with a notch. Now, the notch was introduced in to house the Face ID components, the True Depth camera system that was introduced first with the iPhone 10. Inside of that True Depth camera system, there were a bunch of different components there that made up Face ID, and that's the reason why the notch was so big as it was. I'm talking about components like an infrared camera, flood illuminator, proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, microphone, front camera, dot projector. All of that housed inside of the notch that made up the Face ID system on the iPhone 10. Well, finally, with this year's iPhone, well, I should say last year's iPhone, we got a smaller notch on the iPhone 13 line of phones. But the notch was universally, nobody really liked it, and people wanted it gone pretty much as soon as it came out. So we've been waiting for years for Apple to finally do away with the notch, because on the Android side, they have done away with the notch. They have a whole bunch of cameras. They also have in-display cameras now where you don't even see the camera. So we figured Apple would not be too far behind. So sometime last year, it was rumored that Apple would be doing away with the notch. They would be switching to a hole punch display, like Samsung has done on their recent phones. Then I think earlier this year, it was rumored that no, Apple will be implementing a pill punch display, whatever that means. Then a couple of weeks ago, Ross Young of Display Supply Chain Consultants came out and said that no, actually, Apple will be implementing a pill plus hole punch. So 2 different cutouts in the iPhone 14 look a little something like this. Ooh, what is this, Apple? Why is this abomination on the iPhone 14? Now, this isn't really the first time that we had something like this on iPhones. If you think back to the iPhone 4 days, you had them different cutouts near the earpiece and different things like that. So this is kind of along that line, but not quite. But on an edge-to-edge display with 2 separate cutouts, it just looks kind of weird. And I don't know. I got questions. Now, I'm going to buy it anyway, because I'm the captain of Team Apple, and a lot of you all are going to buy it anyway. Don't act like you're going to buy it. You know you're going to buy it. Stop playing. But just on the initial surface level reaction of it, I don't know how I feel. Maybe when I get it in hand, I'll feel differently. But right now, I got questions, Tim Cook. I got questions for you and the homies at the Spaceship in Cupertino, and we will address them in September if this is indeed what we get come iPhone time. Now, in addition to the pill plus hole punch display, we will also have a thicker iPhone, according to John Prosser, because if you look at the back, the camera hump is gone. Like, poof, no more camera hump. You know what? The crowd goes wild. Absolutely phenomenal. We like that. Unfortunately, according to John Prosser, the lightning port stays. If I had hair, I will pull it out, but I digress. So I just have a prevailing thought. Does Apple really need 2 cutouts on this display with this upcoming iPhone 14? We already saw that the notch housed the entire Face ID system, and that was 1 cutout, even though it was large. A lot of people would suspect, and I agree, that this has more to do with branding then Apple actually needs to have two separate cutouts for the display. No other phone manufacturer with an edge-to-edge display has two separate cutouts on the front of their phones. It's just not needed. But Apple, being Apple and being bougie, have to have two cutouts just so you know it's an iPhone. Because heaven forbid, anybody mistake it for an Android. Oh, no. Tim Cook would just pull his hair out. We can't have that. So obviously, Apple has to do something that differentiates the iPhone from every other phone out there, and we get this two cutout branding. But you know what, Vibe Nation? Let me know what you think about this stuff down in the comments below. Also, if you want to know, should you buy an iPhone 13 Pro now or wait for the aforementioned iPhone 14? Bam! I just made a video about that the other day, so check it out and come back for more.